Hi, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my answer to an age-old question, which is, how do I increase my prices with my existing clients? If you've been working as a freelancer or running a business for any amount of time, you've probably got clients on the books that you feel should be paying more for your services. Perhaps you set low prices with a client because you were just starting out, perhaps you are willing to work for cheap to show your commitment and grow your skills, or perhaps you feel like you just didn't negotiate the best deal and now you're losing money. When we underprice ourselves, bad things happen. We can't deliver the best possible work to our fullest potential because the budget just isn't there. And not only can we not produce work that we're really proud of, but also the project won't get the kind of results that the client is expecting and that you know you're capable of. This can seriously reduce your chances of future work and a healthy relationship, and you can even end up resenting the client as you try and put in less hours to limit your losses. So while some business owners can feel uncomfortable justifying a price increase, this is often exactly what's needed, not just for you, but for the client and for the good of the project. But having set your prices already, whether it was a week ago or a year ago, no client wants to be told out of the blue that they now have to pay a higher price for the same service. You might get away with a 5 or 10% increase each year at a push, but even then you can risk losing the client without the proper strategy. So what I'd like to show you today is a method that will actually result in the client choosing a price increase. They'll be willing and accepting of your new price. So let's get started. The way I go about increasing my prices with an existing client is by using a 3-tier price offer. You've probably seen 3-tier pricing used online, and they're very popular with SaaS companies. You may already be using something similar in your own proposals. And if you're not, then I highly recommend it, but we'll get into that in another video. A 3-tier price offer might look like basic, standard, and premium, or bronze, silver, and gold. So when you're looking to increase your prices with your existing client, you send them a 3-tier offer, where your bronze package is very similar to your existing pricing, but the perks that come with that package are just the bare essentials. As a video business, you might include the shooting and editing with one final revision and nothing else. Or depending on how you currently price your services, it might be something like a single 60-second video. Whatever the minimum is that you think the client will accept based on your experiences with them so far. The next tier, your middle offering, should be whatever you want to increase your prices by. 20 to 30% is a safe bet, but whatever amount you choose, the perks of that tier should feel proportional. Always start by offering things that are of low cost to you, but high value to the client. Any information and strategy-based thing is a good starting point. Things like advice on video optimization, research, and creative concepts and planning. These can all greatly improve the quality and the end product for the client, but only cost you some time, or even better, you can delegate or outsource the tasks. If you consider the first tier as the DIY option, where the client has to do a lot of the work themselves, then the middle tier is where you'll be doing more of the hand-holding, saving them time and reducing risk. For example, handling the upload and optimization process is probably second nature to you as a video creator, and you'll do a lot better job at it than the client. The same goes for creative concepts and planning, where you can offer them things like storyboards and mood boards so they've got a better picture of how the film's going to look before you go into production. You're reducing the risk that changes will be needed later on, taking extra work off their hands and providing a better service. When you add the right perks, you can make it a no-brainer for a 20 or 30% price increase in that middle tier. Then lastly, your third tier should be your premium pricing. Priced at least double your basic tier, or even your middle tier, depending on your objectives. This is where you offer more of your most valuable asset, your time. Some of the things I like to include in my premium tier are one-on-one consulting sessions, out-of-hours access, priority or emergency support, or open access to me during the project. Or, depending on the size of your company, this can all be access to a senior team member instead of you personally. This tier is the opposite of the DIY option. You'll fully take the reins, reduce as much risk as possible, and save as much time as you can for the client. You want to pack in as many premium features as you can into this option, while at the same time pricing it accordingly. You know when you set the price correctly, when you're over the moon that someone's chosen the third tier, while also feeling like the client is getting good value. You should never feel disgruntled or concerned that you've now got to go and deliver on what you promised. So that's a brief overview of how to structure your tiers and incentivize the client to want to pay more. When you offer the right perks in each tier, you'll find that the majority of clients choose the middle tier. They choose to pay more. A few will go for the lowest priced option, and a small percentage will even go for the highest tier, which is great. There's no better feeling than finding out that your client is willing to pay more for your services. It means that you've been doing something right. If you price the lowest tier at the same as what the client is currently paying, with the same perks, you shouldn't lose any clients. However, losing some of your cheapest or cost-saving clients isn't necessarily a bad thing. If you have any clients that you're currently making a loss on, you can raise your lowest tier to a price that you're happy with, or reduce the perks so that they take up less of your time. Give them the option to stay on at a price that you're happy with, or go elsewhere. The key here is that the clients who choose to pay more will easily make up for any clients who decide to leave. Say for example you follow this method and on average you increase your prices by 30%. Even if 30% of your clients leave, you'll still have made a great choice. You'll have freed up a significant portion of your time, and this is especially true because in my experience, it's the clients who pay less that are actually more demanding and time consuming. The 80-20 rule states that 80% of the results comes from 20% of the effort, and this applies not only to your work, but to your clients too. I'm sure that if you think about it, you'll find that roughly 20% of your clients are the ones who really value what you do, pay well, and drive your business forward. When I applied this 3-tier approach for the first time to my business a few years ago, the results were truly outstanding. I took a more hardline approach and made my lowest tier higher than what the clients were currently paying at the time, encouraging the lowest paying and cost-saving clients to decide whether they really valued my service or if they'd rather go and find cheaper elsewhere. The clients that valued my business stayed on, and those who didn't left, and in turn I freed up a huge chunk of my time. You can use this newfound time for delivering a better service to your existing, now higher paying clients, finding new high quality customers, and just working on other projects. This is really what leveling up your business is all about. So can you see how by using this method, you can actually create a win-win situation where your existing clients choose to pay more for your services? So as I'm sure you're aware, one of the things I talk a lot about is stepping away from just being a videographer and becoming a business owner who differentiates by offering strategy and results. And one of the questions I get asked a lot by students is how to start implementing these things into your business. So this here is actually a great opportunity to start offering these strategy elements by embedding them into your new tiers. So in your second and third tier, you can start offering strategy elements and charging for them at the same time. If this is something that you're interested in learning more about, I suggest checking out my free 1-hour business masterclass that I'll link in the description below. I go into detail on 10 practical, actionable steps that you can start implementing in your business right away. Now, before you go, let me know in the comments below if you found this video useful and if you'll be putting this strategy into practice in your business. I know it's worked great for me, and so if you've got any questions, let me know and I'll see what I can do to help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.